student from World Impact, doing my diploma in social work in the last year. I'm currently doing my internship at AFZ Foundation of Zambia.
Thank you, Naomi. Yeah, and then we'll also do a self-introduction. We've introduced our organization, so we have people from Zambia Police, different departments.
Today we had a meeting at the police headquarters.
What is going to happen is that we will show a short film. It's just 15 minutes. This film is titled Albinism Barrio. It was done in Chipata, Eastern Province. It is one of the latest films that we have because this film was done this year somewhere in March. So after watching this film, we are going to have a discussion.
In my role at the meeting, I was just taking some notes about what the police were saying, their views that they were giving out.
How do we feel after watching this film?
Well, it's the video itself is a very touchy video. As you have pointed out, to say it brings out emotions. It's a very sad scenario that happened in where was that?
It's a pattern, yes.
Actually, it's a very touchy video.
It was my first time attending such type of meeting.
So let's start with the problem. So those who are writing, let's write them. What is the main, according to what you saw in the film, what do you think is the main problem here? What are we dealing with? Yes,
I think it's the endangered lives of our beings in Zambia. That's a major problem.
Endangered lives. So meaning the lives of people with albinism are in danger. They are being hunted.
Right.
Why are they being hunted? For their body parts, isn't it?
Right.
Okay, I think it was good, especially being around such people, the police, and watching a video about what happened in the society with people living in the condition of albinism.
Okay, so if we agree on this problem, let's go to the next item, which is the solution. I want us to come up with 3 activities. 3 activities that we think, if those things are done, they can help to solve the problem that we have seen in this video, and also the problem that we have as a nation. What are the activities that can be done to solve ritual attacks of persons with albinism? It's a discussion. Yes.
Massive campaign awareness in the community. One, to those parents that have children that are living with the albinism, on how they should take care of them, protect them. Then secondly, to the members of the community, I think a massive campaign awareness should be carried out throughout the country.
There are a lot of issues that came up with this discussion, and the police were giving the views about, especially on the video that we watched, it was so touching and very bad that a human being can be murdered or die a natural death in such a way.
Not only the community, but even as you have put it, that say, even those people are living with albinism, they should be aware that their lives are in danger, and they should be sensitized with the how they can detect danger.
Some notes that I took is about the police. They emphasize on the organization how to come up with a task force, and there are a lot of things that is involved in the task force, and the people that they need to work with, maybe the immigration, the DEC, the community, and the sponsors.
Just like my colleagues have said, if there's a team or a group in place, I think that group can help to monitor how the cases are handled.
Right.
And whatever challenges or problems they are facing, the team is able to report. And the police, together with the association, I think they'll be able to move in and help.
Yes, it was my first time watching such a video. It was so bad that how can a human being so wicked, so heartless, whereby you end up killing a human being in such a way? the body parts were removed, the eyes were plucked off.
Maybe we would suggest a safe home for these people. I may not know how many albinos we have in that area and in the country as a whole. We may need those statistics and then see how best, if the government could assist to create safe homes for these people. As much as, then from there, conjoined with the issue of task force on this, like I said, the collaboration aspects, that the safe home would be one of them, as well as we are getting to. I think with time then, we can find more solutions as we go. But the safe home.
What touched me the most is that how can a human being so wicked to kill, taking a life of a fellow human being in such a way? The body parts were cut and the eyes were plucked off. It was just something else. It was terrible.
The third activity, I've just thought of something. Can we add an activity that will have to do with prosecuting the cases that are already reported? Reporting cases. Those who were here last time, remember that we are the concern that there are cases which are reported, but they are not being prosecuted. They are not going to court. They are not setting as an example to the offenders. They feel like open up even if they commit a crime, they are getting away with it. So do you think it's an important activity if we say, we put it as to say, we start pushing to making sure that the cases which are being recorded, they are being prosecuted and taken to court?
Yes.
I think that will send a message.
Yes.
They say the organization and the police, they need to work together. They need to follow up the case until the cases are closed. Then they need to have someone at least who will be pushing up the case, but there is such case presented to court, pushing them until everything is fine, until cases are.
We need to ensure that at least they get the education, they get empowered in some way so that they're able to live maybe a middle standard kind of life.
From the video that I watched, and I've seen that people living with the condition of albinism, they're really living in fear. They're even scared, like, to move around, especially during nighttime hours. So the thing that I can tell them is that we are one people, we are all the same. The difference just the color. Yes, I believe there's too much ignorance when people maybe need to be sensitized and given more information about albinism condition. So I believe they should not live in fear. We are one people, we are all the same.
So we adopt it as an activity as well? Or is it falling anywhere else? Is it an activity?
If there is a tax force in place, all those would be its duties, of which they should come up with a lot of area that should help. Of course, that will be also a mitigating factor. SOS is keeping the vulnerable people. If the tax force, for example, if it was in place, it could engage such organization like SOS to, engage them to be part of the helping organization.
So what I can tell them is that maybe they can, or maybe get close, or maybe find an organization where they can learn, where they can get to learn more about the condition of an organization, albinism condition, and maybe join them together, work with them, and learn more about it.
As Albinism Foundation of Zambia, what is our role? Then the other side will be Zambia Police. What is your role as Zambia Police in this activity? Then we'll also look at what do we need if we have to do this activity. This is the kind of report, so that the next time we'll come to engage each other, it will be now on actions. We won't be meetings like this. Is that fine?
Yeah.
It's a good strategy.
Yes, the police have been involved in this, and they promise that they are willing to work with the society and the organization that looks after the people living with a condition of albinism. So just like the way they promise, please, we are appealing to you, just work with them very well, and please follow up the cases. I believe you can help in anything that they want. That they rely on you as in when such cases comes up, you're the one who can give at least right information, even and bring these perpetrators to book that everything is fine.
Safe homes are very, very important. We cannot only talk about those that are already attacked. Sometimes people may have information to say your child, somebody wants to attack your child. Even before the attack occurs, if there is a safe home, first we get that person and we put that child in a safe home, we will have prevented his life.
My experience so far has been good. Yes, and I'm learning more from them, and I don't feel anything different to mingle with people living with the condition of albinism. I just feel same, despite the myth that the people say no, there's nothing like that. I just feel same, and I feel just the same, like we are all one. There's nothing different with them. I've never had any different experience, like I'm living with the people with another condition. No, I just feel the same. I think it has been a good experience, yeah, and I'm learning more.
But we want a team that is that will do this job, that is will have this, that will carry this objective. It will be one of their daily duties to ensure that people with albinism are protected.
It's very important to have such meetings so that even the police can be aware, can see exactly what people living with conditions albinism goes through. Yes, and I think also they have more knowledge about albinism. Maybe if they get some information, they can also be able to tell the community or the society about the same condition.
I was telling you last time somewhere. Let's mix. Yeah, but let's mix. Yeah, we can mix. Sure.